See, Jesus had just come through two incidents on the Sabbath day. Well, on the first incident, him and his disciples was going through a grain field, and the disciples had plucked some head of grain, but the Pharisees had questioned, why are you plucking? Because there was no work to be allowed on the Sabbath day. No one was supposed to do this on the Sabbath day, but Jesus answered and said, didn't David and his followers enter into the house of God on the Sabbath and ate? The Pharisees said, because of his authorities. And Jesus said, I tell you, the Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath day. Then on another occasion, Jesus entered into the synagogue, and there was a man with a withered hand. And the Pharisees and scribes had seen that Jesus would find fault in Jesus if they could accuse him of working by healing this man. But Jesus told the man just to come up front, and he just spoke out and he said, is it lawful to do good or to do harm, to save or to destroy on the Sabbath? No one answered, but the man reached out his withered hand, and it had been restored. And Jesus didn't say a word, but Jesus didn't touch him or do any work. He just simply said a word. And that's letting us know there is power in the word of Jesus. And see, likewise, Jesus wants us to take our withered situations to him to be restored. And the scribes and Pharisees had become furious because they couldn't accuse Jesus of work. See, they left. Even being witness to this miracle, their hearts didn't change. And that let me know as I got to thinking, even though people have seen that you've been picked up, turned around, put on solid ground, you got a new walk and a new talk, they still don't believe that you've been changed. That's no, you can't worry about nobody else because we're striving for a higher calling. And see, it was at this time Jesus was going to appoint his disciples. But before he made his decision, he went off and prayed. And they said he prayed all night. And well, if I had time, I would dwell on that because they used to get on me for praying so much in church. But when I would be up on front as a deacon, but I said, if Jesus can pray all night, surely I can pray for 5 minutes. Returning and appointing his disciples, Jesus had come down to a level place to make himself available, and there were people had been gathering from all around. See, Jesus had just been recently drove out by his own community, but there were strangers that heard about a man named Jesus, and they were searching for him. See, they came from Judea and Jerusalem, the coast of Tyre and Sidon, because they heard that there was power in this man they called Jesus. Luke writes that they came from this way and that way because they came for the same reason. They came to hear the word and to be healed. But all of them needed something. There was some in the crowd that was rich. There was some that was poor. There was some had food and some didn't. And there were some that walked so far that they had blisters on their feet. And they did all of this just to come to Jesus. And when I think that they had walked many miles just to get to Jesus, and they know what he can do. And I think about the church, and we won't even walk around the block to hear about Jesus. But see, as the crowd drew, there was an anticipation. As Jesus moved through the crowd, and he figured that it's in case there was any doubters, he went through the crowd bringing sight to the blind. He went through the crowd healing bones. He went through the crowd calming troubled minds and bringing peace to the confused. And he was not advocating a political agenda or social philosophy. But what Jesus is doing is calling people to a spiritual relation with him. See, we must trust him wholeheartedly. He has given us a promise that we are blessed, but we're going to have some struggles along the way. See, these disciples that got up and left everything to get to Jesus. And likewise, if you're going to follow Jesus, there's some things that you're going to have to leave behind. There's going to be some hardship. There's going to be some difficult situations. But he said, all you got to do is hold on. Blessed are the poor, for your kingdom is in heaven. These beatitudes are not conditions for entering into the kingdom, but blessed pronounced to those who have already entered. And see, we're needing something that we can't give to ourselves. We can't provide salvation. Jesus has to give it to us. See, Jesus said, you are blessed, but you're in a poor situation. You are blessed, but you're going through some stuff. And I just believe there's one or two that can raise and say, I'm blessed, but I'm going through some stuff. I'm blessed, but I got some bills on every hand. I'm blessed, but they're talking about me. I'm blessed, but I get sick every now and then. I'm blessed, they keep lying on me. I'm blessed. Somebody said, I'm blessed. Got me living from check to check. Blessed, making it from month to month. Blessed, sometimes I feel like giving up, but Jesus said, just hold on. He said, he'll never leave you or forsake you. soul, with all your mind. This is the first commandment. Jesus said, yes, we may be poor, but your reward is coming. See, I just believe that one or two maybe can relate to being in a poor situation. I know it's seen today, but I believe that some grandmas and grandmothers can remember when they used to cook and didn't get to eat. There's a poor situation when you had to wear shoes that was too small for your feet. I mean, don't get too civilized. There was a time you didn't have central air. You put that fan in the window. When you had to go next door and borrow some sugar. You know that time when the lights was going to be cut off, you in the house and you're like, oh, thank you, Jesus, I got to run more way. I mean, you in a poor situation, you got to ride on the spare tire until payday. You look in the refrigerator, ain't nothing but fingerprints tonight. I mean, you all visualize now, if you remember, your baloney didn't have no first name. You got that big old piece of meat with that red band on it. And if you want some cheese, you got that cardboard box right up, you had to cut it. What those slice cheese, you had to cut it. But Jesus said, if you just do right, be of good cheer. Because he said, blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. See, we ought to have some joy. He's giving us hint. He just said, look at the scripture. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The reason you don't have to want is because he takes care of your needs. I mean, just look around. It's a blessing. You got an address for your bills to go to. It's a blessing. You got a right to running water. It's a blessing. You got health and strength. It's a blessing. You even woke up this morning. It's a blessing. You got clothes on your back. And some of y'all so blessed. You got cable, internet, cell phone. The kids even got cell phone. You got clothes. You even got cut grass clothes and cut grass shoes. You didn't used to have cut grass shoes. You had to wash that green stuff. But God has been a blessing to it. Got TVs in every room. You know, I look around. I don't see no Chinese or no Japanese. But how many know blessing we even got some Roman noodles sitting on? You don't let her have no TV on for lately on, but you got something going on in your brain. Blessing. Blessing. Kids got their own room. There used to be a time where everybody slept in the same room. Same bed. Oh, you ought to have some joy. You said we may be physically in a poor situation, but what we can hold on is that we're rich in faith. Scripture lets us know what's to come is greater than what we have now. See, we may hunger now, but we're going to be filled one day. We may mourn right now, we may weep right now, but the scripture said weeping only endures for a